Wait, not the HD
Okay, we are presenting one. And do you have one?
We got that. Turn on the questions. On it. And it has to be I'm in the flow.
Well,
In fact,
yeah,
I wish I
so-
wasn't so in the flow.
Oh, we don't film them? Do you want to film them?
We can, but the primary focus is I imagine that he's going to speak before they really perform. Right?
I'm just going to take it. There's a 32.
Yeah.
And they have like thingy in there.
No, but I mean in terms of are they doing opening chants before he's walking in the door? Mirabai, are you guys going to be doing opening chants as Guruji's walking in?
Yes.
Okay.
So that's closer than.
Who's in charge?
No idea.
Nothing.
Yeah, you guys can probably start whenever they want. Really. It's about to be 7 o'clock.
Yeah, that was.
Mirabai, you guys can probably start at 7, I would think.
Okay.
Since
Before.
Okay.
it's like,
Is it on? Oh, it is on.
well, and then like you could just turn it around when it's time to focus on Guruji.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
You want more?
I don't know. It is a song. What is that song? Is that from the Bee Gees? Or no, that's If You Leave Me Now.
Card is in there.
Oh, Jane, okay.
You got it? Yeah. Thank you for all the help here.
Baby, please do good. All right.
I'm telling you, you need a yearbook. A yearbook of names with faces and names so we can practice habits. Or name tags. Name tags, because I don't come up here very often.
Gooey. They're gooey. I got goo in the middle, but they. Oh boy, do you want one? I know. They've got like goo in the middle. But I also. Would you like a non-goo? Would you like a Ricola? What gooey one or do you want the non-gooey one? Gooey, all right. This is my kind of guy. It's working. Okay.
You're not up with me.
You're a Scorpio.
I just love her, you know.
Oh, it just come out to you.
Sorry. Taurus.
She said, sit here all the time.
That's what I do all the
So, yeah, I'm good.
Right.
Get that stuff done.
Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari 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 Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari 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 Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari 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 Om, Hari Om, Hari 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 Om. Hari Om, Hari Om, 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 Hari 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 Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari 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 Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari 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 Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari 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 Om. Hari Om, Hari Om, 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 Hari 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 Hari 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 Hari Om. Hari Om, Hari Om,
Welcome everyone to the Yoga Life Center. Welcome Guruji, thank you for being here. For those of you who are joining us on Google Hangouts, is there anyone? Yeah. So if you don't know, this is Reverend Jagannath Carrera, and he is the founder and spiritual head of the Yoga Life Society, which we're celebrating our 10-year anniversary this year. And Guruji is author of Inside the Yoga Sutras, which is the #1 book on Amazon for Yoga Sutras. Yeah. So Reverend Jagannath has been teaching all facets of yoga since 1973 at universities and prisons and yoga centers. So we're so delighted that he's here, and everyone who leaves always has a little bit more glimpse of the yoga life and how to live it. So tonight we have a lot going on. We have a raffle. If you walked in and you didn't see, there's a raffle where it has a couple gift cards, one for ShopRite, one for Whole Foods, and there's one for $3, 3 for $6, and 6 for $9. So if you can, and that all goes proceeds to the Yoga Life for building the ashram. We're going to build that ashram. And tonight we have an altar rededication, and we have musicians here tonight. Yay! So we have Mirabai, Sangeeta, and this is Shankar on drums. So welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. Kristen on vocals. And Saraswati. Where is she? So we're continuing this year of satsangs with a year of peace. And if you have any questions, we have a question and answer box. Well, not answer, but just a question. But right by the sign-in sheet. And if you have any, you could give them to one of us, and we'll make sure that Guruji gets it. And would it be okay if they played for a while? Yeah. So thank you for coming, and if you want to, we're happy you're here.
Let's do satsangs. Amritamaya. Oh, Shanti Shanti Oh, Rama Sakamaya. Samasoma Jyoti Kamaya. Nityoma Amritamaya. Oh, Shanti Shanti Shanti, Shanti, Shanti,
I feel like to chant should be said maybe for a very long time, so I'm going to do it now. And it's Lili's birthday on the 22nd. Alright?
Is there also Earth Day?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Okay. This bottle cap. You can keep going.
So some of you might know this melody. I'll do it a little bit. And I'm going to sing a prayer to you, but if you know it, ooh, even better. Sing it with me. Jai Siya Ram, Jai Jai Hanuman. 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 Hanuman. Jai Siya Ram, Jai Jai 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 Hanuman. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Sita Rama, Rama Rama. Keep singing that. Anjani Putra Pavana Sutanama Mahavira Bikramma Sharangi Umatini Vari Sumati Sangi Kanchana Varana Viraja Suvesa Kandala Kundala Kunchita Kesa Atra Pashara Dvaja Viraja Kande Musha Janeu Saja Shambara Suvana Kesari Teja Pratapa Mahajagavanda Viryavanu Muriyati Chaka Ramakasha Karibeko Madhu Prabhu Charitri Sunibeko Rasiya Ramalakana Sita Amanavasiya Sukshma Rupa Dharisiya Indikama Gata Rupa Dhari Lanka Jarama Bhima Rupa Dhari Asura Sangare Ramachandra Ke Kaja Samare Nayana Sanjivana Lakana Jiyaye Shri Raghuvira Hara Shivuraya Raghupati Kini Bhota Baraya Tulamama Priya Bharataya Samavaya Sahasavadana Tumarota Sagave Asagai Shri Pati Kanta Lagave Sanakadika Brahmani Munisa Narara Sharana Saita Isa Yamakubera Tikapala Jamante Kami Goviri Gaisa Keika Hante Tuma Upakara Sugriva Nikina Rama Milaya Raja Paradina Tumara Mantra Vivishana Mana Kampeshwara Vaya Sava Jagajana Yoga Sahasra Jojana Palavana Ilyodahima Dwara Panajana Prabhu Mudrika Nirimukamayi Jaladilangi Gaya Jarajanai Durga Makaja Shabata Kejete Durga Manugra Tumarete Rama Duare Tumara Kumare Otuna Agya Viru Pesare Sabasukai Tumare Sharana Tumara Shaka Kaburu Kodarana Atana Teja Sumaro Ape Tino Loka Hanga Tengampe Uta Pisachana Katanayawe Mahavira Jamanama Sunave Naseroga Hare Samavira Japatani Randana Hanumatavira Sankata Tena Numana Churave Manakrama Bhajana Jana Jolave Sabapara Rama Tapasvi Raja Tina Ke Kaja Sakala Tumasaja Ora Magora Tantroko Elave Soya Mita Jivana Palapave Charo
Ramachandra Padaji Sharanam Siyawaru Ramachandra Padaji Sharanam Ramachandra Padaji Sharanam Hare Rama Rama Sita Rama Hare Rama Rama Sita Rama Hare Rama 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 Sita Rama Rama Hare Rama Rama Sita Rama Rama Hare Rama Rama Sita Rama Hare Rama Sita Siyawaru Ramachandra ki Sutta Hanumana ki jai Shri 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 Vapati Mahadeva ki jai Shri 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 Mahadevi Shri Lakshmi Saraswati Ma Durga Ma Kali Ma Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Shri 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 Guruji
Vessels of light. We do it this way, it's nobody will basic. Here for the first time.
Jessica?
Jessica?
Yes.
Yes.
Nice to meet you.
Anyone else? Anyone here for the last time? Questions? So I have to say something.
Can you say something?
Can I say something? Something. Oh, question. 2 cycles. More questions coming. Yeah, we will. This one. And so, what bothers us? What helps us to lose our peace? Probably so many things. But one of the most difficult things is our memory. Memory is a funny thing, very, very easy to influence. And because for many of us, for so many reasons, it seems like when we take stock of our own memories, we mostly forget good things we've done. More easily remember bad things we've done. Then when those memories come, we usually try to push them away. We try to push them away, they just sink again into the subconscious. Sometimes we don't even see them anymore, but they still cause us to have a negative self-image. Very few of us are comfortable telling everyone all the things we've done that maybe we shouldn't have. Maybe the ego got a little inflated, or some selfishness or greed or lust or something came up, overpowered, at least for a little while, our common sense, compassionate heart. And we carry around those memories, samskaras, never really cleaning them out much, all the while finding it hard to even like ourselves sometimes, let alone love ourselves. Probably either we've forgotten or don't want to believe that the one who made us still loves us. We can't do anything to lose that love. All the wrong things, mischievous things you've done, and you may not have realized it, but already you've been forgiven. You've been accepted. You just have to be willing to be forgiven. You have to stop trying to earn God's love. There's nothing you need to do. Nothing you could even do to earn that love. That's why sometimes we call it grace. Grace is not something you can earn. Did you earn the air? How much work did you do to create the atmosphere? Nothing. Oh, maybe you did something to earn the sun. No. Still, it shines on you. The rain that gives life, we can't earn that. These are all like postcards from God, trying to remind us, hey, sweetie, I love you so much. You don't have to perform for me. Just look. Here I am. That's all. But it's so hard. I think I have so many weaknesses. I'm so far from that. That thought alone is the worst. If you have faults, we put them there but God. Blame God. Hey, you made me this way. You don't like it, then change it. You're the artist. Tear me up, start again. Yeah, it's really time we put down that heavy, heavy burden. And learn that grace is always there. Sometimes it comes unexpectedly in ways you would never believe. Sometimes grace looks more like trial. The story of Job in the Bible, everything he has is taken away. Children die. He loses his health, his status. He's left to sit on an ash pit outside the walls of the town with these oozing, itchy sores. And all he can do is scratch them, the piece of broken pottery, while all the young people make fun of him. That was grace for him. Didn't look like it. He didn't feel it like grace. He really wished, he said, I wish the day I was born was cursed. By the end of his story, he has an encounter with God. Even that's not so easy for poor Job. God is a little bit assertive, as only God can be. By the end of the interaction, though, Job becomes God's agent in the world. All that he lost is not only restored, but doubled. It said that he lived to a really ripe old age. So happy. Sometimes that's how grace looks. Sometimes it's very mysterious. Things happen, we don't know why. We feel stuck. We're left with a dilemma, like Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita. Moments before the battle begins, he loses his courage. How can I engage in this battle when on both sides I see good people? I shouldn't spill even one drop of their blood. And this great warrior, who from a baby was brought up for just such an occasion, is reduced to a shivering mass of desolation. That's also grace. Grace is always there. You just have to unfold your heart to catch it. in whatever form it comes, you accept. Could be a physical problem, could be financial problem, could be relationship problem, could be success. Sometimes that's a bigger burden. The attitude is, Lord, I don't know anything. You've given this to me. I'll accept it. Let me just serve you well. You don't have to know everything. You just have to surrender everything. Knowledge is really too overrated. My guru, Swami Satchidananda, said, either you have to feel you know nothing or everything, but please never know something. So for me, I always chose the path of knowing nothing. I thought it must be much easier than knowing everything. So I opened the book, nothing is there. Nothing to learn. We have to come to learn all the different faces that the divine takes. At the end of the chanting, Sankita was different goddesses, and Kali Ma was there. You all know Kali, and most of you, she's not normally in our culture, we would think very attractive as a deity. She's kind of a wild woman looking, but more than that, right? Because she has a garland of skulls, and her skirt is made of severed limbs that are all bloody. She's crushing people in her mouth, blood is spurting out. And the devout Hindu goes to her and says, "Oh, Kali Ma, so beautiful." It's true. And they would wonder, how could these people, are they blind? This is a fearsome form. But they say, no, it's so beautiful. Can we accept God when God comes as Kali Ma? She's so fearsome because she's destroying ignorance, selfishness, egoism. So when it's happening, she looks really fearsome to us. We don't like it. But when she finishes her job, then we really see her as the most beautiful of the goddesses. Haven't you noticed when you were young, if you misbehaved and your parents were about to come home and find out, didn't they seem somehow a little bit like bigger and meaner looking than usual? Isn't it so? Like, wow, I never realized they looked this way. Because you knew you were in trouble. So they took on a bigger, more fearsome form. So that turbocharged is Kali. Sometimes that's how the divine comes. Sometimes as the gentle Krishna playing the flute in the forest, Vrindavan. You know the flute, what does that symbolize?
Human body.
That's the human, it's you. Hollow, supposed to be hollow, doesn't make any music. Isn't it so? Flute is hollow. That means you have to empty yourself of selfishness, egoism. Then Krishna picks you up, plays you. Every time you see a Krishna with the flute, you have to remember you are the flute. That's the symbolism. It's not just a nice story of a great deity having fun playing flute. You have to remember you should be the flute. If you want to be the flute, you have to be empty. And you have to have holes in it. Holes lets the light go through. It's what? So I know this month is showers bring the flowers, is Earth Day, Hanuman's birthday. Spring is a time for renewal. Reminds us that there is no real death, just change. It's time to dedicate yourself for your own growth. Drop the burdens that you carry. Let God just take them. By the way, God's taking them anyway. You think it's all on me. That's just the ego sometimes gets a little bit whiny. It's like the father and the son who went shopping. The son is a good boy. There were 2 bags of groceries. And had a long walk back home, and the son said, Dad, give me a bag so you don't have to carry both. Oh, sure, son, here's a bag for you. It's a long walk. And at a certain point, the little boy was getting very tired. So father picked up the son in one arm, had 2 bags in the other arm, and started walking. The son, being a good son, good boy, said, Dad, you're carrying both packages now. Please give me one. Sure, son, here. Son felt so good. So righteous. So yogic. Father just happily carried everything. That's what? That's already happening. Don't ever put yourself down that way. Always know you're a beloved child of the Lord of the universe. There's no doubt of it. It's not poetry. The divine eye looks at you and says, you know what it says. It says, you're so cute. You're thinking, my hair didn't come out so good. I got wrinkles. I got gray things growing. Oh boy, I put on 5 pounds. God just said, you're so cute. I don't understand. Why don't you see how cute you are? Just get over it. Accept that you're lovable. Finish it tonight. Just finish it. I'm lovable. I'm stuck with it. I have to carry that burden you want to carry. I'm lovable. Yeah. That'll really open you up to so many beautiful things. Not egoistic. You're not lovable because of anything you've ever done. You're lovable because you are. Period. The great sages and saints are proof of that. Unconditional love. I always think, if you want to know what God is like, talk to someone who knows God. Watch someone who knows God. How do they act? That's the question Arjuna asks in the Bhagavad Gita. How does someone like that walk, talk, sit? That's the proof that we need to know. All these sages and saints didn't start out sages and saints. They became enlightened. Then in their lives you see the nature of God. The closest we can see it until we see it in ourselves as ourself. The very part of you that's searching for peace is God. You're using that awareness, that's God, to search for God. You're using your eyes to search for your eyes. I don't seem to find my eyes. Where are they? Everybody seems to have eyes. Where's mine? I have to go out on a search. I'm now a spiritual seeker. I'm looking for the eye. The eyes do the looking. There's a really fascinating quote from one of the Upanishads that deserves our attention sometimes. God is nearer to you than your own heart. Heart is pretty near to you. There's a part of your mind always aware of its beating. It's the rhythm of your life. It's the seat of our deepest emotions. Same scriptures, Upanishads say, God takes residence in your heart, size of a thumb. That's how big God is. Or as big as your thumb. Sits there like that. Nothing is closer to us than our heart except God. So just affirm these things. Get involved in these different practices that you know, all of them, asana, pranayama, yoga nidra, meditation, kirtan, study. All of those things help. But they don't bring you God. They open your eyes. God is already there. Is that a deal?
Yeah.
Now let's see the doubts. Beloved Guruji, how and why did animal sacrifice begin? Was it Tuesdays? And are those who practice that really pleasing God as they think they are? Hey, I gotta thank you in a double smiley. Most cultures in their early days had something like animal sacrifice. Human beings have always been trying to find out why life unfolds as it does. Why do the seasons change, and why is weather unpredictable, and why are my neighbors the way they are? Why is the group across the river so belligerent towards us? How come this one has 10 kids and the other one has none? Do you know what I'm saying? Think about ancient people. They see all these things happening, and so much of it, maybe most of it, seems out of their control. So human beings, almost from day one, are trying to discern the connection between what they do and what happens to them. Does that make sense? Like, well, one thing they noticed was kind of simple. They eat. They eat. Then they also thought all these things happen because there must be an invisible power or being somewhere. Must be like us, gets hungry. This is true. So they take an animal, they build a fire, slaughter the animal, put it on the fire, and the smoke takes the essence of that meat. They say brings it to where this invisible force is. That's why they started it. Then they realized something. It doesn't always work. I keep feeding this deity, they give some name to it, but still my crops don't grow, still my wife is barren. Must be something else, something deeper. And so something like 3,500 years ago, 4,000 years ago, there started a global change that took about 1 or 2,000 years, which the historians seem to think is like a fairly quick time. It's called the axial age. And it happened pretty much over the whole planet, where these external rituals and actions became internal. Rather than trying to figure out how things work by trial and error, they thought, I have to look within. Then they saw something else. When they looked within, they had to sacrifice their own egoism, their own ignorance. That's the sacrifice that brings what they really wanted, that insight, intuitive insight, prajna, wisdom. So it's just an evolution human beings had. I'm sure even all those thousands of years ago, there were a few people who were thinking, this doesn't really make sense. I'm sure always some enlightened beings were saying this isn't really working. But the societies, the cultures weren't ready to accept. But during this one period, starting, as far as historians say, in India with the Upanishads, those scriptures. But it spread. Buddhism, Christianity, Judaism, all started switching. Taoism, all in the same period. And that's what we inherited today is the faith traditions. Started way back then. But it's this idea of you can't have life without taking life. They saw that. They even saw the moon in India, at least, the phases of the moon. They thought there was a being that was eating the moon. Yeah. And then comes back, okay? Some divine being in the form of the moon. They had the sun. Also, they worshipped, right, as a divine being. Then they had the moon. And they thought some kind of demonic force would eat this moon. But because it's divine, it comes back again. Well, look, if even the moon is food, must be these great forces, these beings, they must want to eat also. I think we carried over to today. Some of us know puja. In a puja, we offer food to God also. Usually like strawberries. It's a little more gentle. But it's still the same thing, right? Offering you food. The Mass, Catholicism, is really a meal. It's the altar table is really a table, a dining room table, reenacting in a ritual way the Last Supper. It's based on feeding. It's interesting, isn't it? But that's what. But don't do that. Don't if you're thinking. PETA will get after you. Maybe some of the people here. Okay, sometimes other people's circular thought patterns drive me crazy. Anybody here counselor? And I know I should let it go and focus on compassion. But when does it become harmful to one's own health? Is it ever okay to mention this to the other person? Sometimes when other people's way of thinking makes us a little loco. Could be that we see something of ourselves in that thinking. Like, oh boy, huh? Some part of your mind saying, that sounds like me. This is the part of me I'm trying to run away from, and there they are. Usually someone you have to work with or live with. I wonder that's maybe why so many times the holiday gatherings are not comfortable for people. Because someone in the family, some aunt or uncle or someone is like the epitome of what you are trying to suppress in yourself. So sometimes it's just that simple. There's another reason why. Sometimes we just wish so much that the world would be just the way we want it to be. It's like, ego-centered vision of the world. There's a part of us that says this is right and this is wrong, and this is good and this is bad. And if it doesn't go the way we like, we're not being that hollow flute then anymore. Then we just say, no, this isn't music. And it's irritating because we feel like it's now an obstacle to our own happiness. But it's still coming from us inside. So we have to remember that all of us, there's somebody in our lives that we drive crazy. At least sometimes. We all have some habit, something we do. It's like people don't like it so much. Somebody in your life finds you annoying sometimes. Isn't it so? You've never had anybody get annoyed with you? We've all heard something like, you're so, and you fill in the blank. And you do too much, and you always, you always know that one. When it comes to always, you know it's not going to be good. Nobody says to you, you're always so loving. Nobody says, you're always so obnoxious. There's always like something terrible. So, also remember that. Right? That helps us to have compassion. They're annoying me, I must be annoying someone. Why is it annoying me? Then you carefully analyze. What is it in me that's reacting so strongly? What is it that I want here? I want something. I'm not getting it. Analyze well. And remember, you're not different. All just human beings. We all have strengths and weaknesses. At the same time, if you notice that a person's behavior is really harmful to them or to others, then it is okay to talk to them. But you have to assess when to do it, how to do it. You want to be skillful in these things. Bhagavad Gita defines yoga as skill in action. Don't just blurt everything out. You know, the way you do that is annoying everybody. Everybody? No, I don't think so. Sometimes we just want to dump our own anxieties, our own frustrations on someone. If you feel that, probably it's not time to talk to them. You should come with a neutral mind. Gently, carefully, directly, you speak to them at the right time, right place. That's the best way. And gently point it out. See what happens. Sometimes people accept, mostly not so. Mostly our reaction when we're criticized is to be defensive for a while. Still, if you do it the right way, you've planted a seed. Over time, other people may say the same thing to them. They may get the message. And for us, we should be really seeking other people to correct us, to point out things. Should have a t-shirt. I don't know much, help me. I want to, I'm back, I want to be a better person. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. Make a long t-shirt. It's true. I had the great blessing to live at Yogaville ashram for 8 years. And even before that, many programs there, residential programs. So I spent lots of time there. That's what ashram life is like. 250 pairs of eyes looking at you. And many times you hear, hey, that wasn't so good. What you did, huh? It's really, you think that's the teaching? No, I don't think so. I'm so sorry. You learn quickly to repent quickly, or else it just never stops. It's relentless. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Yeah. You can't survive in that environment unless you could take that criticism. And people expect it from you also. People would come and say, what do you see in me that's causing this problem I'm having? We can't always see our own weaknesses clearly, but a loving person will help you by pointing it out. It's a scripture called the Tirukkural by great sage Tiruvalluvar. It's a South Indian scripture. He has a chapter on friendship. He says, friendship is not just for socializing and having a good time. Good friend, he says, is someone who will point out your faults at the right moment. It's like if you're getting dressed to go to a wedding or something, you ask someone, how do I look? Don't you want them to tell you the truth? Like, you know, the shirt is sticking out. Oh, thank you. Right? If someone corrects that for you, you're happy, so you don't get embarrassed when you go to the wedding. A good friend will point those things out. That's one of the true marks of friendship. They risk their relationship in order to serve you. In the yogic way, you should do the same. Again, directly, gently, get your own agenda out of the way. Just think serving them, what will serve them. How might they best accept this information I'm about to give? When? And one simple quick hint, never email someone and say, I have to talk to you, because they'll know it's bad. Nobody ever says, I have to talk to you, and then it's something good. Don't do that. Just talk to them on the spot. Or you wait for an opportunity. When you're interacting with them, they're not rushed, it's quiet, then you say something. Try it. It's a nice way. I survived, more or less. Hey, more smiley face. Everybody's so happy. What am I talking about? You need really happy people. When I'm around Sangha and the Guru, it is so 3 zeros. It is so easy. I hope I'm reading it right. To feel that the yoga life is real and a good path. When I am at home and family members don't understand the yoga life, they say it's fake, quotes. It's a cult, and I get confused. How do I keep my mind centered on the yoga life for good? It's a good question. Well, the first thing you say is when you're around Sangha and the Guru, it's so easy to feel the yoga life is real and a great path. That's one of the reasons you have Guru and Sangha. It's like your nursery. When you spring, all right, if you go to a nursery and buy some plants, it always has a little sticker that tells you how much moisture, full sun, part sun, shade, so that it thrives. If you're a sincere seeker, you find out that you thrive with Sangha, you thrive with the Guru. If there's Sangha, there's a Guru there somewhere. That's the environment. It's a place where you can just be who you are without being condemned. I always thought one of the great things is, I talked about the ashram. You could be the strangest living being on the planet and you're still accepted. What a feeling that is. It's then you start to feel like you can finally, I'm just me. This is how I believe. This is what I believe is good, what I practice, what I try to live. I'm surrounded by people doing the same thing, supporting me. That's why it's so easy. Great Adi Shankaracharya, great sage. Satsangatve nisangatvam, nisangatve nirmohatvam, nirmohatve nischalatatvam, nischalatatve jivanmukti. Got it? It's a good one to memorize. That ends with jivanmukti, right? Liberated being. That's where we all want to be. That's the word that we want to get to. We want to experience that. How do we get that? So Shankaracharya, one of the great intellects in spirituality anywhere, he starts in a place we might not expect. He says, Satsanga Twe. Twe is you, means you. Have satsang. So first of all, you're doing pretty good. Satsanga Twe means satsang. If you have satsang, good company, nisangatvam, then you're not in bad company. So simple. Right? Satsanga Twe, nisangatvam. If you're in good company, you're not in bad company. Nisangatve, nirmohatvam. If you're not in bad company, you don't fall into delusion because you're supported in that environment. Nirmohatve, nischalatatvam. If you're not in delusion, the mind becomes nischala, doesn't shake, becomes steady. Nischalatatve, if the mind is steady, jivanmukti. Be in good company, you're not in bad company. If you're not in bad company, you don't fall into delusion. If you don't fall into delusion, mind becomes steady. When the mind becomes steady, you're liberated. This is the man who at the age of 10 left home to become a monk, who reorganized the entire monastic system in India, whose commentary on the Upanishads, which are very deep philosophy, are called the crest jewel of discrimination. This is his prescription for enlightenment. And our common language is to say, hang around with yogis. Skip the middle, you'll end up Jiva Mukti, you don't have to remember anything. Just hang around, that's the part you remember. Be in good company. So important. So important. Or so important.
It's huge.
It's huge. It's huge. Okay? So that's the main thing. Find excuses to come together. Satsang like this isn't important for anything I say. The most important thing is you come together. Doesn't matter what else we do. We're together. And in some way, in our own way each, we're looking towards the light. Together we look towards the light. And we share in that. And we're strengthened by that. That's why it's easy. But then when you're at home with family members, they don't understand. They say it's fake and it's a cult. That's always difficult. First is, don't try to convince them otherwise. If you're asked sincere questions, answer to the best of your ability. But you don't have to preach to them how great what you're doing is. Sometimes there's a tendency. What I'm doing is so great, it's so great. They don't believe it. Don't cast your pearls before swine. That's what Jesus said, right? Because they'll just trample on them. You don't want to be stingy, but if they're not going to pick up the pearls, see how beautiful they are, it's just a waste of time. They say it's fake, you say, okay. Well, what do you have to say? I say that you think that. That's what I say. I don't believe that way. You do, it's fine. More important than trying to educate them, let them see the beauty in you. Many, many times I've seen it. Family members really opposed. Then sometimes it takes years, but they see, hey, this person's really becoming more and more wonderful. I wonder if it's that yoga stuff. Then they come to you, can you teach me? Yeah? So quietly do it. Don't make a show of it. Don't say lots of things. Don't provoke that way. Just quietly. They say it's fake. If they want to listen, want to have a conversation, you ask, why do you think it's fake? What about it is fake? That's such a general statement, isn't it so? It's fake. What? Deep breathing is fake? Isn't it like a natural thing? What are they saying is fake? Maybe if you have a guru, they think, oh, there you go. There's somebody there getting rich off of other gullible people. Or they come across some news items. So-and-so guru had sex with all their assistants. They must all be that way. Swami Vivekananda, one of the great yogis, said, the fact that there are fakes proves that there's something genuine. What are they copying? You know what I'm saying? Isn't it right? If you have people who are phonies, it means they're copying something. They're copying something genuine. You could always invite them. Hey, you know, I come to satsang every month. You're welcome to come. You can sit in the back. I'll sit with you. Ask your questions. See what it's like. But I would say they don't really have a right to criticize you if they don't want to learn what you're doing. You could just say, well, you don't know what I'm doing. That's fine. You don't have to know. You don't seem interested in learning. Also fine. But then you can't criticize what I'm doing. Find out what it is I do. Then we can have a discussion. Or else you're just criticizing me from the outside, not knowing anything. So sorry, what was it? You don't have to let yourself be abused. And as far as cult, years ago, I was at Rutgers University. I was a member of the, what are we called? The Association, I think, of Campus Ministers. I think that's what it's called. Association of Campus Ministers. There were 23 of us, 23 different ministers, and I was invited to be on this group. And we had meetings once a month. And at one of the meetings, a couple of the ministers had gone out to North Dakota or someplace to a conference on cults. And they came back very enthusiastic with all these brochures. And they were really, because at that time on the campus, there were a couple of groups that were being a little bit overly assertive, sometimes with approaching students and people. And they were concerned about that, which is okay. And they said that this group who sponsored this workshop would give us for free thousands of these brochures to distribute. So we had some who were passed around, we were looking at them. And the one that I was given said, how do you know if it's a cult? So I'm reading it. I didn't say anything. Understand, there's 23 of us. There were 2 rabbis, me, and the rest were all Christian. 2 Catholic priests. The rest were all these other Calvinists. We had them all. We had everybody. Most of them were really very, very deeply good people on a lot of levels. But somehow this was an odd moment. And so they were discussing. It was getting to the point where it's like, yes, let's order more, and educate all our students. And sitting next to me I was very close to the 2 priests. And sitting next to me was Father Bill. I don't remember his last name. Who looked like Grizzly Adams, if you remember. Like, he looked just like, he's a big guy, wonderful fellow with a great laugh. Whose favorite movie was The Life of Brian with Monty Python. He loved the crucifixion scene where they're all saying, but that was Father Bill anyway. I was very quiet. I hadn't said anything. And he said, well, what do you think? Wanting me to speak. And I said, well, I have to say, I'm looking at this, all the signs of a cult, and you're all doing all of these things. He said, what? And I went through point by point. It said things like, be aware of people who seem too friendly. I said, aren't you friendly when people come around? And what would constitute too friendly? At what point is it too friendly? If I invite you to come to one of my meetings, is that too friendly? Or is that something expected? I'm sure you invite, yes, we do. Then it says, be careful, and you'll like this, be careful of anyone who does like chanting. And for other reasons, we should be because they'll draw you right in, these chanters, and next thing you know, you're happy. It's the worst. And I said, isn't there something called Gregorian chants, and don't you do music that uplifts people in your services? Well, yes. Then came the one, in a cult, they have someone that they consider divine. And I said, Really? You're mostly Christian. This fellow named Jesus walked around in human form. You consider him as God, don't you? So point by point, I went through like that. And so Father Bill said, well, how would you sum it up? Sum it up. I said, a cult is anything you don't agree with. Because you're doing all these things. But some of those things they do, we accept it now in that tradition. Oh yeah, we're friendly and we sing and we worship. Think about it on one level. The Christians worship a God who's hanging on a piece of wood dead. That doesn't seem strange? I mean, to people in the East, when they first saw it, they thought, whoa, this is weird. Our gods are all alive. This is true, right? Historically true. Who are these people? And then they have a service where they eat blood and flesh. They call communion. Well, don't they say that? Eat my body, this is my blood, oh, this is great. We think then the goddess Kali is so strange. Not so strange. Things that are familiar and accepted, we say, oh, it's fine. That's the difference. I would also say, and this is also what I said at the meeting, one of the ways you assess if it's a cult, are you free to come and go? All these other things about leaders who are God and this and that, that's not that important. But you can see, even in our own group, some people come and they're very enthusiastic for a while and then they disappear. That's fine. We don't go after them. They're not condemned to hell or anything. They left. They're free. They want to come back, also free to come back. It's fine. And if there's a better way for them than here, we will help them go. We don't own the truth. No group owns it. It's just truth. The path might be different. So if you're interested in the individual's welfare, you're not concerned about where they get that growth, where they put their roots. It's just that they grow is important. You care about them. So it's difficult. That's why it's a diffy cult. I think a new joke. What's the matter you? Right? That was the first yoga joke my friend and I made. Two Italian yogis walking on the beach meet for the first time and say, hey, what's the matter you? We were very proud of it at the time. That was like 1973, so it was in keeping with the times. How do I keep my mind centered on the yoga life for good? The way is to go back to your first sentence. You feel so easy that the yoga life is real and a great path. Remember that. Think of the benefits you've gained and are gaining and will gain by staying. You know, the word yoga, we usually say translates as union, which it does. It also translates as remedy. The word yoga translates as remedy. If suffering born of ignorance is the disease, yoga is the remedy. You can say that. So if you're suffering and you know the remedy, why would you not take advantage? And never sacrifice the path just to be accepted. Sometimes it gets tough. Some friends may reject you. Some family may reject you. You know, St. Francis did all right, but he was rejected by most of the people in the town, in his family. You know the story. An even more dramatic story, Franciscan story. You know, sometimes we know Francis and Claire. Claire's sister, Agnes, very loving, devout young woman, younger than Claire. And she wanted to join the order, the Poor Clares. But her father didn't like it. And he was a rich man, and he had soldiers. And they repeatedly kidnapped her and beat her severely. She kept going back. That's why she's Saint Agnes. Claire also, not to the same degree. Francis also. I'm not advocating leaving anywhere, but what I am saying is don't sacrifice your core values for anyone. You never sacrifice your peace to anyone. And if your family becomes obstructive, move out. Your peace is more important. You can still love them, you can serve them, move out. There's no other way than do that. It won't gain you anything to sacrifice your peace. It's only a loss. And really, it won't help your family much either. So quietly, with dignity and strength, you would just say, Mom, Dad, I think it's time for me. Find a way, go. No resentment, no anger, no judgment. But for me, I have to be transplanted to a different place so I can grow better. Serve you better also. I've just seen it too many times. It can be difficult, but it's worth it. You're worth it. Your peace is worth it. Your role to play in life is worth it. So if you're in a situation where you're constantly being put down, it's really affecting your peace, and you've tried everything you can, then it's maybe time to make some distance. Always in a loving way. My parents didn't like when I moved out. I think I was 18, before yoga days. They thought, oh boy, it must be sex, drugs, and rock and roll. That's what they thought. I wasn't having anything but the rock and roll. So I did. And the other two, I didn't. It wasn't part of my life. But they thought somehow that's what I was doing because they saw some things on TV. They didn't even want to talk to me for a long time. Then I got into yoga, like, whoa, now what? So I never really said much. They knew. Little by little, they investigated, came around. Both my mother and father and my sister traveled to the ashram a number of times. Loved Gurudev. My mother, in her bedroom, would do her daily devotions. There was a statue, Sacred Heart of Jesus, a photograph of Gurudev. And in her later years, when she had health problems, he said, I'd be praying first St. Francis, then Jesus, then Mary. Nobody helped me. Then I prayed to the Swami. Always help me. Yeah. It's true. I never pushed anything. They didn't even call me by the name they gave me anymore. They called me Jagannath. I never said to do that. Even to this day, my sister calls me that. It took years. I wasn't in a hurry. I was just clearly doing what I thought was best. And remember, you're the best, in a way, example of what you're doing. Let them see yoga in you, what it is. Let them see you being more clear, more loving, more serviceful. It's not so much what you say, it's what you do. You can say all kinds of things, but if they see you as a good person, then they tend to trust what you say more. Every salesperson knows that, right? If you're going to sell something, it really has to be built on trust. You don't want to buy from a salesperson you don't trust. But if you trust someone, you're more likely to believe what they say about the product. Meanwhile, you could do one of my favorite secret yoga tricks, living at home. You find a book or a magazine that has an article that you would like them to read. Don't tell them to read it. They won't. Especially if it's your parents. They don't want you being their teacher. What you do is you find a good conspicuous spot, open the book, face down. Not with a bookmark, it doesn't work. This has been tested by scientists. Leave the book open or the magazine open face down, someplace where they'll see it. Almost always people are curious. What are they reading? Then they may read the article. It really has changed things for people. I'm serious. This works. Just leave it. Don't say a word. Just leave it open face down. You could always try that. But please don't ever think you have to sacrifice your yoga life. Yoga life means easeful body, peaceful mind, useful life. If someone ever asks you, what are you doing with yoga? Just remember those three words. Easeful body, peaceful mind, useful life. Oh, what about all these gurus and stuff? They never heard of like master classes in ballet or You really want to learn something well. It's accepted by all the scholars that the greatest way to learn is master apprentice. One-on-one, master apprentice. We call it guru apprentice or guru disciple. You're apprenticing spiritual life. Have you ever seen a master apprentice relationship, even like with plumbers? It's extraordinary. Give me the 9/16 wrench. This is what they do. They become gophers in the beginning. Michelangelo had a whole crew of people when he was doing the Sistine Chapel that were his apprentices. In the beginning, they never got a chance to paint anything. Maybe they would just clean up. Then maybe they would mix paints the way he wanted to. Then he would draw the outline of a toe and say, fill it in with this color. Little by little by little. Master apprentice. They don't say to Michelangelo, this is the way you teach me. They say, you're the great master. Tell me what to do. I'll do it. This is the same thing in spiritual life. It's not something that unusual. Just because we give it a Sanskrit name. And yeah, people will say, Guru is God. Of course the Guru is God. So are you. It's not any breaking news here. Not that the Guru is above everyone. Guru is the servant of everyone. Disciple senses or sees something of the divine in the Guru. The difference is the Guru sees a disciple as God. The process is finished. So yeah, Guru is God. God is the Guru. There's only one Guru is God. The ones you call Gurus are just vessels for the one. Every guru is really a zero. Nothing. No thing. If they're no thing, then God is free to do anything with them. Remember I said before, nothing or everything or something. This is the path of nothingness. The little you can do, the better you are. Yeah. So if they're interested, you can explain those things. If they're not, you can just say, oh, Guru is just a teacher, experienced teacher. I'm apprenticing. That's all. But never give up the path. Your own peace and happiness are just too important. If you don't have that, you actually don't even have anything to give. Your own life will be impoverished and you'll have less to give. If you're in a relationship with someone, the more you grow, the more love there is. The more patience, the more communication there is. You take the time for your own self so that you can give. It's not selfish, ultimately. It could look like that a little bit. Oh, I meditate, I do this, I do that, I take time away. But why? So that I can give. You do that, you'll always be happy. I'm just today, some of you are going to have to wait for the whole explanation, but just today I'm doing research on oxytocin in the Yoga Sutras.
Which sutra?
240. It's going to be very interesting. But oxytocin, it's they sometimes call it the love hormone. It makes you trust and people trust you. One of the main ways you can cultivate oxytocin more in your system is by thinking of the welfare of others, compassion. Compassion makes you feel good. Chemically. Forget yoga. This is a chemical fact. Your whole body chemistry changes when you help someone. That's not a bad deal. I see the wisdom of the Creator. You serve others for their welfare, and you also benefit automatically, even if you don't look for it. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Just don't block it. Easeful, peaceful, useful. The universal answer, no matter what friends or family ask you, just say easeful, peaceful, useful repeatedly. Wow, they really have gone on. But right, it's the best answer. What is yoga? Easeful body, peaceful mind, useful life. It's accurate, it's complete, and I've never heard someone say, what a terrible goal. You mean you want to actually be healthy and happy and useful in life? What's wrong with you? That's it. And then let them see more and more of those three things in you. Got it? Mm-hmm. So that's the marching orders for tonight. We have I'm supposed to talk about the reliquary. I don't even remember what role in it anymore, but does this say it? Who says? What should I read the paper? Yep. Everything, everything has an aura. It radiates energy. So everything on the altar is there for a particular reason, to generate positive energy. Starting with the yantra, the all faiths yantra. Just the yantra itself, that geometric form generates a powerful energy and helps to focus the mind. It's the energy of creation, creative power. Light also, we have the lamp in the center. Light generates that kind of energy. Light, like on the altar, is not different than the light of wisdom. Light is light. Ignorance is darkness, light is light. You see through light, right? Isn't it so? And then you see on a subtle level in your own mind, when you understand something, don't you often say, oh, I see light, just a subtler form. So that generates light. That's why all altars have a light of some kind. And our light is on that big brass piece, lampstand, which is hollow. And somehow we had the idea to put something there to generate extra special energy. So it's we call a reliquary box. Oh, that's right, I forgot. It's made from cinnamon wood. I think, Narani, you found it somewhere. So I found a use for it here. It has a big Om carved in the top, this box. But inside the box, oh, I forgot this part. Our lineage is represented. I have a small stone that was right outside the cottage where Master Shivananda stayed. He must have stepped on it, who knows how many hundreds of times. So that's in there. Swami Satchidananda, we have hairs from his head in there. Oh, hairs from my head too. I forgot. That's where it went. I was wondering what happened. So our lineage is represented. So we honor that. We have, for Hinduism, a gold-plated Gayatri yantra. The small plate, metal plate, gold-plated, that has the yantra Gayatri in it. You know, the Gayatri mantra is about being enlightened. Letting the light enlighten you. Enlighten, say, it enlightens all the worlds, may enlighten me also. Judaism, Christianity, Islam, all represented with holy soil from Jerusalem. So there's holy soil from Jerusalem doing Judaism, Christianity, Islam. Shintoism has something called a tomo, a symbol that represents the ever-circulating forces of the cosmos. It radiates never-ending energy. Taoism, which you call like sometimes yin-yang symbol, it's really Tai Chi. That's what its proper name is, Tai Chi. Represents the interplay of the two basic cosmic forces. Buddhism, we got hold of a blessed wrist mala made by Buddhist monks from the Drepung Gomang Monastery in South India. Monks who escaped with Dalai Lama from Tibet founded this monastery. We have that in there. Sikhism, we have a miniature copy of one of the essential scriptures of Sikhism called Japji, Universal Song of God, composed by Guru Nanak. That's in there. African faith, there's a small crystal lion. In African faith, the lion represents protection, strength of character, and spiritual attainment. Native American faith, a small crystal frog. The frog represents life, abundance, and resurrection. All of the faiths, we have 3 crystal stars, just like the yantra had the stars. That means all the faith, we have stars made of crystals. Then we have elements of life on our planet. Earth, we have an octahedron, the basic form of all objects and beings, very powerful antenna that attracts and sends out cosmic energy. Octahedron is the most powerful shape an antenna can be in science, right? 8 sides, like a, you know what octahedron is? It's like 2 pyramids, 2 4-sided pyramids with the bases touching, right? So it points on either end. So it really focuses energy. For the sea, we have opalescent seashells from the Jersey Shore. The ocean, well, yeah, it's New Jersey. The ocean represents the mind, and the shells, the treasure of enlightenment. Ganges water, we all know Ganges water is so powerful. For air, we have a parakeet's feather. Birds symbolize the soul, the ascent to heaven, and creativity. Then we went to the cosmic dimensions. We have a meteorite. So we want to make sure that the whole universe is represented on our altar. So we have an authenticated meteorite that's in there. And then healing herbs. We had 2 people in our that we know Some of you know Marga Bandhu and Gauri Trainer. I asked them both the most powerful healing herbs they know to give it to us in a little container, and that's in there, so that it radiates the healing power of those herbs as well. So as you get closer to the altar, you can drink in that healing energy. And then there's a holy ash all through it, connecting it all together. And on the very top of all this stuff, before the lid is put on, a yantra. The yantra is the central part of this all faiths yantra. Inside where those open brackets are, the 4 open brackets, the round part, that's in silver, and that's on top of everything. And that helps to focus energy from above into the reliquary, and then the energy in the reliquary going up. So there's this like incredible like fountain of energy going. And once a year, we like to just remind ourselves what's there and honor it and give it more energy, because the idea is we add to it over time. That's what makes things really holy, is when people come together and add all their thoughts and prayers and mantras, keeping it more and more charged, not just the way it started, even more. So that's what we'll be doing now. Is that correct?
Yes.
Good. So I'm not sure what happens next. Yeah, I think that would be good.
Samyatam Nityam Dhyayanti Yoginaha Kamadam Mokshadam Chaiva Om Karaya Namo Namaha Om Karaya Namo Namaha Om Karaya Namo Namaha Om Karaya Namo Namaha. Om united with the source on which the yogis ever dwell, grants desires and liberation. Salutations to the Omkaram. Brahmanandam Paramasukhatam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Ganasatrusam Tattvamasya Laksham Evam Nityam Vimalachalam Sarvadi Sakshiduram Bhavatitam Trigunaraditam Satgurum Tam Namami. The greatest bliss, the highest joy, embodiment of wisdom absolute, non-dual, boundless like the sky, who is the goal of thou art that, one eternal, pure and still, witness of the whole universe, beyond heart's vast lacunas free, to that Guru may my worship be. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Satchidananda Murtaye Nishprapanchaya Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase. The Guru is auspiciousness, embodiment of truth, knowledge, bliss. Salutations to the one who is beyond the worlds, peaceful, independent, and radiant. Om Guru Gurave Namah. Om Guru Gurave Namah. Om Guru Gurave Namah.
May all the holy waters of heaven and earth flow through me into this water, sanctifying it for this arti.
Jyoti, Jyoti, Jyoti Swaram, Jyoti, Jyoti, Jyoti Varam, Jyoti, Jyoti, Jyoti Varam, Jyoti, Jyoti, Jyoti Shivam, Vama Jyoti, Soma Jyoti, Vana Jyoti, Yana Jyoti, Vama Jyoti, Yoga Jyoti, Vata Jyoti, Nada Jyoti, Ema Jyoti, Vyoma Jyoti, Eru Jyoti, Viru Jyoti, Eka Jyoti, Eka Jyoti, Eka Jyoti, Jyoti, Eri. Light, oh light of self-effulgence, light, oh light of absoluteness, light, oh light of gracefulness, light, oh light of auspiciousness, light of Shiva, light of moon, light divine, light of wisdom, light of heaven, light of yoga, light of wind, light of sound, light to light, light of water, rising light, vital light, the only light, the only light, give us light, oh light of light.
Dear Lord, we offer you this camphor light. Let us be like this camphor. Touch us with your light, that we may melt in you.
Everybody's welcome to offer petals to the altar and proceed through the prasad line after we do the closing chant.
Asatoma Satgamaya, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityoma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Lead us from unreal to real, lead us from darkness to the light, lead us from the fear of death to the knowledge of immortality. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu.
The entire creation be filled with peace, joy, love, and light. May the light of truth overcome all darkness.
Victory to that light!
Jai Shri Sadguru Maharaj Ki.
Jai!
Yes, so everybody's welcome to come to the altar and offer flower petals. They're here, and feel free to proceed through the prasad line. You get blessed water sprinkle and sip, and Guruji will be honoring us with holy ash, and there's prasad, holy food as well.
It's just outro now. Please.
Guru Deva Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Guru Rama Vishnu Guru Deva Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Deva Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Deva Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Hari Om Hari Om Hari Om Hari Om Hari Om Hari Hari
Thank you, Ben.
Thank you, Guruji. We love you so much.
You too. No.
Oh, it's in my hand. I was like,
Like this, I looked.
so it's breathing it in.
Okay, so I'm glad you wrote so far. It's been a week. So, okay, so that's good. You're clear.
Better than usual. Check it out.
Looking bad, yes.
Oh, good. Maybe that's what it is. If you just moved 100 pounds a week, you'll be fine.
Hariom, thank you so much for coming and sharing your light. And we're all in good company. And thank you for the enlivening music. It's really beautiful. And we have a few upcoming programs at the center. We have a Passover Seder coming up on Wednesday, April 20th. If you've never been to one, Seder? And we have like a little storybook, and we go through the whole Passover, and we ask the questions, and we go through. Jai Devi does a very good job with it, and we have a little bit of a meal, all vegetarian meal, and little samples of the meal, like little bitters
I
and.
think it's just that it's symbolic, not a meal.
No.
Matzah,
Yeah.
roasted.
Horseradish.
Horseradish.
Yeah.
And we even hide something. We hide a piece of the matzah.
Yeah.
So that's on Wednesday, April 20th at 7:30, and then there's a satsang at Jaipur in Montclair with Guruji will be there May 10th, and satsang at the Yoga Loft in Freehold on May 13th. It's a Friday. Guruji will be there, and we have a meditation with Reverend Shanti Lemire coming up, and it starts May 17th. It's for 2 Tuesdays, and that's coming up. And if you wanted to know about the reliquary, we have a book at the bookstore, and it's the making of the reliquary. It was done at Farallon Integral Yoga, and it's a really nice book. It has all the meanings and the pictures that we took that day. So that's available at the bookstore, as well as the All Faiths Yantra. We have that at the bookstore as well. And also new at the bookstore are japa counters. So at Jayanti, Guruji was talking about saying your japa and counting. At the ashram, they used to count their japa. So we have some available at the bookstore for $4. It has a little om on it.
So every time you do a round, you
Every mantra.
Every mantra.
Oh, okay.
Every mantra, yeah.
I was gonna say you do 108 and then you click that you did 108.
You can do that too. Or just carry, I thought you should make a little string, put around your neck every time you say your mantra.
Yeah. Or you could walk and do your mantra too. That way would count. So these are available. Because if you say it 108 times every day for a year, you will have said it 39,420 times. So that's and we have Mirabai CD at the bookstore. It's fabulous. And we have a raffle. We have the raffle for the prize for the gift basket. So does everybody have their tickets?
I'm feeling lucky. Oh, sort of.
It's over there.
I'm so sorry.
And last card is not here, so I think. Oh, Saraswati.
It's always Bhaskar or Saraswati.
You're ready to start.
Feed the belly gift basket.
Just one there. There it is.
Is there a name on it?
Shanti.
Yay!
She bought her tickets last year.
That was last week, enthusiastic.
That group was called Google Google Hangout?
Yeah, up to 5 people at some point.
Is Shanti on there?
It doesn't tell you, it just tells you people. I wish.
Someone told me there was one from, was it Singapore?
Wow.
I hope they didn't.
It's a fortune in shipping.
Yeah, really.
Okay, so how do they know from Singapore? How would they know we were here?
Google. Google's.
What would they Google?
It's, I don't know.
I don't know. Anybody know Google Hangout?
Well, I mean, they would probably, anyone from around the world could be connected to the Yoga Life Society's Google Plus page, and then that would alert them. So if they were just interested in yoga and typed it in, maybe.
Well, some of our YouTube videos I know have been seen in, I think, 77 countries.
Woo.
So maybe someone actively searched it.
Mhm.
Yeah, imagine that. Oh. Oh, there she is. Come on, Chitra.
Sash.
Stand up.
Stand up. Oh my goodness gracious.
Wait a minute, I'm not done. One more time.
Thank you.
Thank you. One of our new Acharya trainees. 3 years. Then it goes around the waist.
Another 3 years.
Right?
And then what time? Another 3 years, another 2 years.
Oh, then if you want, then you could do another 2 years and then you get purple. Krishna and Narni get to be ministers. That's at least 5 years. It's a long time.
Goes by so fast.
Yeah, right? Yeah, next thing you know, it's the way time is. So, I don't want to keep it. It's okay. You can leave.
When is disappointing?
Oh, really? Wow, that's wonderful. Yeah.
Satsang together.
So you probably see Swami Shokananda.
He'll be dancing.
Yeah, he gets into the groove. Give him my love. I'm going to be doing a program with him next month. We're doing something.
No, I was the first.
Yeah, a whole day
into the
retreat, the two of us
basket.
together. Yeah, gosh, I've known him for 40 years. He's really a wonderful, wonderful yogi. So that's going to be great. You can raise the roof in New York. I think so. I felt something. Yeah, a little brighter too. So I'll stay, but you don't have to stay. I'm feeling guilty. You know her.
Love you.
We teach